Welcome to my weekly spiel. Welcome to my weekly spiel. Yada yada blah blah blah. Yada yada blah blah blah. It's time for Margaret's weekly spiel. Greetings and salutations. This is Margaret Franklin of Margaret Franklin Creations, bringing you my weekly spiel. Although I know it's been at least 2 or 3 weeks since my last one, I figured I might as well talk to you while I am walking to the hospital on my way to have my mammogram. Oh joy, oh bliss, what jolly good fun. Going to get my boobs squished. Not. Anyway, sorry I haven't been here in a long time. I guess I just haven't been very talkative. And my previous attempt to do a weekly spiel, I was a blubbering hot mess. I haven't been doing too good emotionally lately. I've been going through some major depressions. I think a lot of us have due to the pandemic. The fact that it's gone back, like, what do they call it again? A second wave. But the fact that it's gone into a second wave has made it feel like there's even less of a light at the end of the tunnel. And we just have to learn to live like this forever, and it totally sucks and it really pisses me off. Yeah, Tuesday was my husband's birthday. We were supposed to go to Michael's so I could pick out a coloring poster for him, but they didn't have them. Well, actually, let me backtrack in time a bit. We didn't even go to Michael's on Tuesday. We ended up going on Wednesday. Tuesday, Dave wasn't dressed and ready to go until almost 2:45, and by then I had lost it. Like, I want to get that sort of thing done early, get it over with. I'm afraid that I may be borderline agoraphobic because it never fails. Half the time I go out, I tend to encounter unwanted drama. Frankly, is there any other kind? But we finally made it. Was it yesterday or the day before? Yeah, it was the day before. Wednesday we made it out there. It was a good day without any drama, and I got what I wanted. Dave couldn't, however. The lady who worked at Michael's had only been there a week and didn't know where everything was, and she wasn't even sure that Michael's had ever had coloring posters, but I've seen them there before. I'm wondering if coloring books, like the adult coloring books, these really intricate ones that we love so much, have made coloring posters obsolete. We used to love doing those big doodle art posters back when we were kids in the 70s and so on. And what else is new? I got my quilt frame. They actually started making them smaller now. I got a nice 11 by 11 one because that's the size I use anyway. I've taken to discarding or not using the longer, like the 17-inch things on the side, and just using the 11-inch things from both kits. I don't know if you can picture that. I'll probably post some pictures of my quilting progress from time to time. I like to share my art. I finished the reindeer quilt. There are pictures of that on my various pages. And one of these days I think I should phone Barb because maybe she can give me a lift to Value Village so I can get sheets for the back of my larger quilts. The Canada quilt still isn't finished because I still didn't have quite enough material to finish the Canada quilt. That blue sheet with the flowers was just that bit too short, and not only was my remaining quilt batting too short, there was like a 2-foot large square chunk taken out of the corner. That's not good. So I bought some quilt batting, but I could only get one bag in the size that I wanted. Just as well because I only have the one quilt to finish at the moment. Others will come in due time. I know I've been in the process of starting the quilt from the second living room coloring book. I think I've got 2 panels finished on that, and I'm working on multitasking between 2 more. Jeanette's scene with the ladybugs and a scene with 3 cats. I have made these cats blue, green, and red. Kitty-o cats. Anyway, I guess that's all for the moment. Thank God that I'm feeling better than I was. Oh yeah, I have an exciting project coming up. I'm going to make a Parker Lilybell horse for Wing Louie. I will find out when I get paid whether I'm making him just a square or a quilted wall hanging like I did for Kathy Morrison. Oh, I had one heck of a time trying to find the picture of the horse I made for her in my files. I thought it had disappeared, but it was in the folder marked Print 3 Sucks. Because I can remember what was happening in my life when I was working on that thing for her and mailed it. And she received a copy of one of my first coloring books. It may well be a rare collector's item now because those books were defective. Every other page was upside down or backwards. And I was so upset. What a fiasco. At least they fixed them for free, but I will never do business with Print 3 again because they never should have screwed up in the first place. Now when I get my coloring books printed, I go to Staples. They listen to what I have to say and they do it right. Although with the latest coloring books, once around is never enough, they didn't do my front page in color like I hoped they would. The cover was color, but I always do like an introductory page about the artist, and there's a picture of me holding up the quilting bee quilt, and that was in black and white. It would have been better in color, but at least this is a forgivable mistake they can get away with. The next edition of these coloring books will have that picture in color, as well as, like the first coloring book, the second edition will have pictures of the completed quilt squares on the cover. I may have to use a picture of the whole quilt because I don't have Open Office anymore. I only have Word, and Word doesn't give you quite the freedom of creativity that Open Office did. I am restricted by margins and stuff. Anyway, I had the, what do you call that sale that I did? Wing 420 last week. I made about $60. That's better than nothing considering. They usually have a really good turnout, but hey, this is the pandemic. People are surprised anything's open now. So that's my first and only sale for the year. Mosaic Creative's Mingle Jingle Market was canceled. Hopefully we will be doing an event in the spring. I will keep you posted. In the meantime, I have a tablecloth that I need to embroider. I desperately need a floor-length tablecloth for my display. Fortunately, I know where one is because my display is an eyesore. I took a picture of it and I was shocked at how ugly everything looks because there's that awful Christmas tree box under the table. You know, if you've been to one of my sales, I often have an artificial tree that I set up to display my little horses on. And that tree goes in a box that's falling apart, and it's held together with string and plastic tablecloth and junk, and it looks terrible. And I'm afraid that's the first thing people see when across the room when they see my display, this awful raggedy old box under the table. So I'm going to make a tablecloth to go down to the floor and cover this monstrosity. I have a tablecloth, I think it might have come from the living room, and it has like a rose pattern embossed or printed all over it, like just the outline. I'm going to make rainbow roses. That's going to look cool. It's going to take a long time, but hey, I've got more time than I can throw a stick at thanks to this pandemic. Doesn't look like anything else is going to be happening for a while. Plus, I am going to be making more dolls. I can't believe it. I only have maybe about 5 or 6 dolls left. They seemed to be catting for years, and then pop, one at a time, they're practically gone. I'm working on the dresses first, so that when I make the dolls, I will make, with the scraps from the dress fabric, I can make the dolls having matching shoes to go with these dresses. I've done 5 dresses with carousel horses on the skirt, and I've got some funky retro batik fabric with a red background and like yellow and gray geometric design on it. You'll see them when they're done. It's something to look forward to. And then some blue fabric with penguins on it. Those dresses are going to have red and white polka dot sleeves, because one of the penguins is wearing something with red and white polka dots, and that'll sort of match. Anyway, I've been yakking away long enough here, so bye-bye, be back soon. Thanks for watching Weekly Schpeil.